Abby here, and welcome back to my channel for Tech Tuesday, or welcome if you're new. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Samsung Galaxy Watch 4. But before I get started, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can stay tuned to all my new videos dropping weekly, and so you can help the channel grow. So I've also gone ahead and put a bunch of timestamps in the description below with key points, so if you want to jump to any part in the video, you can go ahead and check that out. So this is the 40mm watch in the color pink gold, and it goes for $329.99 Canadian or $249.99 American. And I have gone ahead and already done an unboxing video of this, so if you guys have missed that, you can see it on the top right or in the description. All right guys, so now I'm gonna go into some highlights about this watch. So, it has a water rating of 5 ATM or up to 50 meters. You can definitely wear it in the shower, in the rain, in the pool, all of that stuff. It has a variety of connectivity sensors built in, such as GPS, Galileo, NFC, Bluetooth, and Wi-Fi. It has a touchscreen display that is circular, super AMOLED display, so you can definitely see those bright, bold, punchy colors. And it's made of Gorilla Glass DX+. It has Bixby and Samsung Pay built in, and it has a bunch of basic clock features like alarms, timers, stopwatches. You can answer or deny phone calls, and you can actually talk on the phone because it has a built-in mic. You can answer text messages, and you can download a bunch of different music apps like Spotify, Amazon Music to listen to music on the go. And it can track a variety of activities like running, swimming, walking, as well as tracking your steps, your heart rate, your water intake. It can track your sleep, and it can do more, guys, but these are definitely the most important in my opinion. So now I'm gonna go ahead and try this on so you can see what it looks like on me. All right, guys, so this is what it looks like on my wrist. And my wrist is 7 inches. So for me, I'm actually on the 5th hole right here. So there's about maybe like an inch left. So if you have a wrist that's a lot larger, this is probably not going to fit you. So looking at the back of the package here, there is a little kind of demonstration about wrist sizing. So it says it can fit a minimum of 45mm to 65mm wrist sizes. And the band here, I want to say, is really soft, the silicone material. It feels like smoother than some other ones I've tried, so I really like the feeling of it on my skin, definitely very comfortable. So now just showing you guys kind of a quick close-up so you can see all around the watch. As you can see from the bottom, there's no kind of bump, it's just a very smooth heart rate sensor. I will say in my experience, the heart rate is not as accurate as some other watches I have used. I would say this is definitely like off by maybe like 5 to 10%. All right guys, so now I'm gonna talk to you about battery life. So I believe that the quoted battery life here was 24 hours from Samsung, but with my uses, which I have on screen for you guys, which are things like daily alarms and timers, GPS, running and walks, stuff like that, I have gotten just 14 to 16 hours, guys, and that's with the brightness pretty low. If I put the brightness at 50% or higher, I doubt it would even last that long, guys. So you definitely have to charge this every single day. And when you do go to charge this, guys, you're gonna use this kind of magnetic charger here. So you just place it on. So I found the charging time was not that bad. I mean, it takes about 2.5 hours to fully charge it. Now I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how to use this watch. I'm gonna go through the basic functions here. So the first thing is waking up the screen. So to wake up the screen, you can tap a button, or you can tap the screen, double tap it. So the last option here is if you have it on your wrist, you can actually do kind of a gesturing, which is just raising your wrist towards your face. And that's gonna kind of turn it on as well. Next thing we're gonna do is swipe down. So if you swipe down, you're gonna see kind of your shortcuts, your important things here. You can put your watch on vibrate, mute, you can turn on the sound, you can turn on, a flashlight, which is kind of just like brightening the screen. It's not really like your phone's flashlight, but we have that option there as well. You can go ahead, turn always on display on, but I do want to let you guys know, when I tried the always on display, it brought my battery life down to 6 hours, so it's definitely not really usable function for me. And then there's also a bedtime mode. Then we have the screen brightness, we have do not disturb, we have a theater mode, puts your phone on do not disturb mode for a couple hours, kind of the length of a typical movie. We have a water lock function here, which you can turn on if you're like going swimming or if you're going in the shower or something and you don't want your screen freaking out by water touching it. We have a battery saver mode as well. And then we have airplane mode, and you could see if your headphones are connected. Then we have a Find My Phone, which is this one right here. So when you press that, it's gonna play your phone's ringtone very loudly so you can find your phone. And then you have an option to go ahead and add anything else you want here, like NFC. All right, guys, so if you go ahead and swipe left, you can see text messages, emails, any notifications, updates, stuff like that. If you swipe right, you're gonna see basically all of your kind of main apps and metrics. So here we can see kind of my stats for the day. Here we have a bunch of different activities you can do, workouts. So there's running, walking, and so there's kind of a bunch of other ones. So we have swimming, hiking, and there's a bunch more. And you have an option to add, a bunch of different activities here, guys. And as you keep swiping right, you could see all this. And then you have an option to add anything else. Next, if you swipe up, you're gonna see all the different apps here. So you can always rearrange these apps. You can click on any one of them and open it up, and it's basically just gonna act like your phone does. So if you open up any app, you're gonna be able to use it just fine. Now we have this button right here. If you do hold it, it's going to activate Bixby. And if you hold the bottom button, you're gonna open up Samsung Pay, which you can use to, pay at various retailers. Another thing you can do is to change the watch face. You kind of just hold the screen, press it down, and then you swipe. And you can go ahead and pick any one of these guys. And when you find one that you like, all you need to do is just click on it, guys. And there you go. And if you wanted to, you can have the option of customizing that watch face. So when you're swiping it, you just click on the customize button, and then you can go through and change, colors, or you can change what metrics are displayed for other watch faces that do show more information. So now going into sleep tracking, you could see the hours of sleep that you got the night before. You could see your sleep score, which is out of 100. You could see the amount of time you're actually sleeping and the calories burned. And then you could see on the next screen, time awake, time in REM, time in deep, and light sleep. But you do have an option as well to turn on snore detection on your phone, which is when it's kind of connected. So that's cool too if you snore, if you want to get some metrics on your snoring. So talking about some cons now. I don't really love this bezel-less design because there's not really any protection, about the sides here. If I were to go ahead and kind of like bang this against a wall or something, which tends to happen as you're kind of going along your day, or if you were to drop it or something, there's not really any protection along the sides, and right here is very thin. It's just the material here. It just seems very fragile to me. So durability could definitely be a potential issue. In addition to that, the heart rate sensor is definitely not as accurate as on some other watches. So that's also a con. And battery life for me is the biggest con because it doesn't even last a full 24 hours, guys. So you have to charge this every single day. Much like a smartphone, you're charging that every single day. So that is something that I don't love about this watch. Considering the price, the quality, the color, the ease of use, the performance, the functionality, and the battery life of this watch, I would go ahead and give it an 8.2 out of 10. I definitely do give it a thumbs up. All right, guys, so I hope you did find this review helpful today. And I'm actually going to be back on our Tech Tuesday soon to do a comparison on the Garmin Vivo Active 4S versus the Samsung Galaxy Watch 4. So stay tuned for that, guys. And if there's anything I missed today about this watch that you want to know, just go ahead and drop a comment below. Thanks for watching, guys, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.